Okay, Coach, what surprised you about the NFL this past week, extended weekend, I guess?
Well, every weekend surprises you something in the NFL. I think the fact that Kansas City was dominated by the Raiders, they controlled the football like 35 minutes of the game to 25 for Kansas City. I think also uh, the Titans winning so impressively. Then to have Le'Veon Bell be released by the Jets, that surprised me. Let's remember this. Pittsburgh had two great players, Le'Veon Bell at running back, Antonio Brown at wide receiver. They're both disgruntled at Pittsburgh. Neither one of them are in the NFL today, 2 years later. So that surprised me.
I agree with you on that. Le'Veon Bell, he made $28 million in 17 games he played. I wish I was his agent. But the bottom line is, you look at the entirety of the NFL this year, everything's going to change because of COVID. And I'm impressed the way that the NFL's handled it and managed it thus far. It's not going to be perfect, but you've got to have people in charge that make the tough decisions and go on and continue to play. And that's what the NFL has done. And I look at what Kansas City, I just can't believe the way that they played. If you look at that game, the Raiders only rushed 3 and 4 rushers against Patrick Mahomes, and they're able to drop back enough defenders. And for some reason, it just kind of confused their offense. You would think that he would see that defensively over the course of time, but I guess he hasn't. So that kind of surprised me in that game, that the way that they played. But I'm looking forward to them to get better and get back on the right track.
Well, when I look at it, they got beat by a team that controlled the football. And the Raiders put up 24 points in the first half, Mark. But once they fall behind and they got to throw, rushing 3, dropping 8 is great against Mahomes. As long as they can run the ball and throw it and the game's being close. But when Mahomes is on the bench all the time, that isn't going to happen. As I mentioned, they controlled the ball 35 minutes. In addition to that, they put up 490 yards of offense against them. Will they be able to bounce back? I think so. On the other hand, Buffalo got beat 42-16 by the Tennessee Titans. Both teams were undefeated. However, Buffalo outgained them. The problem was Buffalo had 3 turnovers. I think T.J. Yeldon, the running back for Buffalo, is having an exceptional year. Josh Allen is usually very consistent through 2 interceptions, but I think his ability to run the football makes a completely different football team. I think that they have just far too many problems at the present time. I look for Kansas City to prevail 30-27. But you know what, Mark? The one thing that the experts can't figure out, they do great things with computers. They can give you the numbers, what they think the score will be, the over, the under, and it's unbelievable how close they are. But you can't determine the attitude of the football team or the coach's attitude and how they prepare the team. Those are the unknowns, and that's why you can pick a game and you may be right and you may be completely off base.
So you like Buffalo getting the 3 points in this game?
I do. I like Buffalo getting those 3 points. I think the fact that they got beat so bad, they're used to winning now. They only have a 1-game lead on New England Patriots now at the present time. They can't afford to lose 2 games in a row. I think that they will bounce back. On the other hand, maybe we found a way to stop Kansas City. You got to control the football. When you give up 490 yards on defense in one football game, Mark, that's just far too many for a great football team to have.
I like Kansas City in this game, given the 3 points. I'm going to tell you why. If you look at the way that Buffalo got pummeled and embarrassed, and now they're coming off a short work week, that really concerns me against a team like Kansas City, because they can open it up. They can rush 3, they can rush 4. I think Patrick Mahomes learned the lesson. I think Andy Reid learned a lesson about his football team. They're going to attack Buffalo in different ways in this game. It's not going to be as high scored as most people think. I'm taking Kansas City 27, Buffalo 21.